everybody. Welcome to our coffee lounge talk on Sundays at 10 a.m. I hope you had a really good week, and now we are going to dive deep into two of the verses and how those verses relate with our life. So, for you, if you are not Christian, you can still follow along. Trust me, these stories are timeless. I grew up in India. I didn't know anything about Christianity or the Bible, but in the last 2 years, as life moved after I was at my rock bottom, and then through several unexplainable events, I became Christian. So, in this channel, I don't try to convert you. My whole point is that I hope you guys also deepen your faith in a way that there is no trace of doubt, because when you can get to that zone, my friends, life becomes so beautiful. I can't tell you. Like, whatever faith you follow, universe, higher power, doesn't matter what you say, but believe it in such a way so that there is no trace of doubt, not even a mustard seed trace of doubt, right? So then you will start believing in yourself, and you will find that deeper purpose that will excite you to keep going in your life and enjoy every bit of it. Without further ado, so today's verse is John 4:18 and John 4:19. I'm going to read it out and I'm going to tell you the stories. Okay. John, First John, it's like 1 John 4:18, that's how it's written, right? So First John 4:18, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear has punishment. He who fears is not made perfect in love. And John 4:19, we love him because he first loved us. So, fear and love. If you know the frequency chart that is created by what's his name, Dr. David Hawkins, frequency chart. So the very bottom, like 20, frequency 20 is like shame and guilt. And if you keep going up, reasoning, anger, whatever, and then goes all the way up to enlightenment. And right under that is peace, joy, love. So why I share that is because fear is at the bottom when we have this shame, guilt, all of those feeling, which is generally normal right after divorce. Like, I was at my rock bottom 2 years ago, lost my marriage and job in the same month, 2 years ago, literally at this time. And I was here, so I know that people, when they go through even one of this, in my case it was both, your identity is shaken. Your identity is shaken in a way that it's like unexplainable, because most people won't get it, right? Even people who are divorced, they will get it, but your exact story nobody will get, because every divorce, every story is very different, right? They will understand some aspect of it, but you will always feel like there are parts of it that nobody fully gets. And that is how life is supposed to be. All 8 billion of us have 8 billion unique paths that we have walked, right? Where we're born, how we are raised, and what all challenges we had to go through, different job, people we met, the heartbreaks we had, all of this, like, builds us, like who we are. Not only that, the people that we meet at the coffee shop, the baristas, or you have those networking connections at different events. All of that shape you little by little, and then you become this version of yourself, right? So when we are in this fearful zone, we try to get the fear out by doing things, and we say that we're going to be fearless, and then we keep trying and keep trying. But sometimes, did you feel like that fear, more you try to get that fear out of you, and then you feel even more fearful, more anxious about predicting life, how planning the whole life and everything. But here's the thing, more you try to get the fear out, the fear has like a bigger grip on you. Don't you feel like that? So here's the thing, instead of focusing on the fear, you focus on the other side, which is love. And I'm going to explain it in a second, how fear and love, the top, right, the frequency chart I was telling you guys, the enlightenment, peace, love, and some of it is like, it's more than romantic love. It's like a self-love. You love yourself with, like, with the flaws and all, because that's how God loves us. So when you can love yourself like that, I have the concept of inner critic and inner coach. If you have seen my other videos and if you know about my teaching, I talk about the inner coach, like, right? Because even if you go talk to somebody, a therapist, I'm not a therapist, by the way, I'm a reinvention coach, and I have, like, media, meetup events and stuff like that. It's like 80% future focus. So I'm not a therapist. I mean, there's good things about therapists, but like I'm not trained in that. Anyway, so the whole point is that the inner coach, who's your best friend, and the inner critic says that you're not good enough, right? So more we try to expand the inner coach, because even if you go to a therapist, to a coach, you are going once a week, once in 2 weeks, but rest 6 days, you're in your own head. So you can be your best coach, and when you are, that's when life becomes unstoppable. So here's the thing. Bob Proctor had a quote. He said, what did he say? Faith and fear, faith and fear both can't coexist in your mind at the same time, right? Think of the inner critic and the inner coach. They can't coexist in your mind at the same time, So it's your decision to choose. It's your decision to choose. So if you choose the inner coach, that kind of slowly disappears. So it's like that, and the inner coach and the faith is love. If you in Christianity, it is a relationship with God, you love, and in Hinduism, Buddhism, as I knew, it is a little bit different. For you, you may feel the love through that. My life was, written different way. I did not. It's a little bit different emotion, but because that love, when you feel, and it is not only just feeling the love, because I have friends, Christian friends, and I have been to the church I go to. How you love God, at least for me, what I figured is when that relationship is personal relationship with God in your own way. And that's how I say that in this channel. I don't try to convert people because I believe that your relationship with God is so personal that sometimes it don't make sense to people. It is supposed to be. If all of it makes sense, then actually it is kind of weird, because they have not lived your life, so it is not supposed to make sense, right? And I hear that from different things, that the controversies, right? More you have that unique aspect, there will be controversies. Like, Jesus was the one of the most controversial person, right? So we can be controversial too. But anyway, the point is, for me, how I felt the love after everything fell apart, and why it became so strong, is that I felt the love first. You may have heard this thing that God chose me before I chose God. And in my life, it is literally that, because I was not looking for Christianity. I was not looking for signs. And then when it was time, it was like God showing me signs. I'm like, it's coincidence. I admit. I'm like, no, again, another sign, coincidence, again, another sign, coincidence. So it's like it kept happening until I would literally I'm like, okay, this many can't be coincidence. All of this will be in my book someday, because there's so many stories that I can't cover all of this in here. After my trilogy is out about midlife reinvention, the faith journey will be someday. But again, the faith aspect is not for everybody's, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, and it is okay, because I understand that after divorce, life looks so different, and everybody has good intentions. They want to teach you how to swim the fastest way possible, but guess what? After divorce, faith and everything else is like you are drowning. You are like drowning in water, gasping for air, right? I understand, because I was there too. And then the help you seek from people literally is for them to help you to get to the shore, right? You are drowning in the middle of the ocean. You want people to slowly help you to get to the shore. Then you are gonna swim, right? But a lot of people who has not experienced that drowning, they will try to help you to swim, and you will be like, oh my God, you feel unsettled, right? You feel unsettled. And that's where I teach about living authentically, living your fullest self, and be in those communities where you are not feeling those unsettled situation. And not every conversation will be unsettling. Not every conversation will be like, I don't know, like the best conversation, even with the right group. So you have to just figure things out, what is working for you. So I had to do that for myself, and the right people understood, and the people who did not understand, I had to make a choice, and sometimes those choices would be hard for me. In some way it was hard, but not as hard. I will tell you why. Because I have lived that pretended life. So I'll tell you what I mean by that in a second. For a while, because in my corporate career, I moved up the ladder. I mean, I was a senior director, an executive position in a company, about 1,000 people company. So before that, I think about 10 years or so, I moved into management, where I had large teams and whatnot, and I was in meeting rooms with where I was the only brown woman. So there was a lot of pretending, because I was trying to get the validation, the acceptance from others, right? Sometimes they would say, "Oh, I'm too strong." Sometimes they would say, "I'm too nice." Trust me, I literally heard that word, like, from my bosses. "I'm too nice. Okay, I gotta be more uh, I gotta be more strong to get the stuff done through people." What The way I was getting things done, it was not. I was not pushing them hard enough, and at the same time, same boss at a different time said I was too pushy. I mean, now it makes me laugh, but anyway. And then, yeah, so they're like too strong, too pushy, too nice. There's like too many twos, right? So basically, the point is, you're not good enough, or you are smiling too much, or you are too strong. Oh my God. So I have lived through that for so long that I did not want to do that anymore. It was as simple as that. When everything falls apart, when your life is fully undone, your identity is lost. In my 40s, when I lost my marriage and the divorce of marriage and the divorce, I mean marriage and the job at the same time, I was like, who am I, right? Who am I after the title, that good executive title, is gone, after that I'm not anybody's wife. Yes, I was still mom because I have a daughter, and I lived my life because of that. Without her, I don't even know if I would be here today. So I was in that state, and I had to totally rebuild myself and build that new identity. And God showed His love. God showed His love. So we gotta receive it, because again, it goes back to that fear and faith, and the deeper version of faith is that love that already exists. Um, when you're open to receive it, then you and that personal relationship with God, then you feel so strong. Because for me, it will sound weird, especially if you're not Christian. It might sound even weirder that I have codependent relationship with God, meaning whenever I have little something, I have found myself praying, even for a small tiny thing. I'm like, oh my God, I can't find it, whatever. I would pray to God and I'll find it. Like 9 out of 10 times, I'm telling you guys the truth, 9 out of 10 times I will find it. And I don't know that if my mind probably gets more focused. It was like literally with the Vaseline container. It was like last month or something, and I have found like that. Even yesterday there was something. Oh yeah, this morning the microphone I couldn't find, and then I'm like praying to God, because I have to make this video, and I just found it. It is as simple as that, right? So the realization came to me, I don't know, about a month ago. I was like, I'm trying to find this Vaseline container, and my lips are dry. I want to go out, and I need to find that. I can't find it. And then I prayed, and I found it. And the next realization was the most amazing thing. I'm like, I'm praying for like everything, every little thing. And it's like a codependent relationship, right? When you're like, something is missing or something, like in a good times, bad times, you're always, So then I'm like, it's a good to have this codependent relationship with God instead of a human, right? Because God is always there. God is always there. And for me, these are the smaller examples, but I have had situations when I have to make a big decision, and I would ask for God's sign, and God speaks to you in different ways. For me, it is numbers, and I have always seen the signs. I followed them, and it led me to a good place. So it's been 2 years. Well, my Christianity, not 2 years yet. I have started seeing the sign March of last year. So in a few months it'll be 2 years, I guess. Right? No, 1 year. Sorry, why is my head? I'm working too much, so my time and date is like messed up in my head. I've been working so much for the book. This is 2025, right? Yeah. So yeah, 2024 March, right? Oh my God, I'm like going crazy. Um, but officially, officially, I became Christian last December. So, but in my opinion, I mean, when I started noticing God showing up for me, God's love was March of 2024. So, yes, in 3 months it will be 2 years. And like I was telling you guys, that the signs are always there. Now, if I look back, there were signs even I was 5 years old. Those are longer stories which will be in books someday. But, the love, when you look at the fear, you cannot drive away the fear when you feel that love that is beyond unconditional love, right? If you follow different religion, if I don't know about all the religion, but explore and see what resonates with you, because that is when your fear will go away, because it is that personal relationship, that belonging, right? At the end we are all looking for that belongingness, right? Is that a word, belongingness? I guess. If not, you understand what I mean. So that belongingness, you know you would go to a different meetup group, you would go have friends, but then we always want to, everybody feels a little bit of, I don't know, loneliness, right, here and there. It is also because you want to feel fully understood by someone in that group or with the best friend. But guess what, people will understand you, but there will be times you have little challenging times with your best friend, or even if you have a good partner, good relationship, you still feel that, because nobody has walked in your shoes the entire life that you have walked. But God is always there, the personal relationship that you build. And as long as you keep your eyes open to see it, it is going to be always there. And that love is what will drive the fear out of you, right? That is what will drive the fear out of you. Stay connected, stay in that receiving mode. And when you have fear, when you have doubt, you have questions, ask God for signs, right? So again, closing with that, John 4:18, John 4:19, we love him because he first loved us. And in my case, it is really true. I can even say I love him because he first loved me. Because I do this work now, I give back to the community and everything, because I felt the true love from God, and I want other people to feel that through this religion, other religion, whichever way possible. Like, do not have a trace of doubt, not even the size of mustard seed doubt in your mind. Just go all in and life will become beautiful. So if you find these videos helpful, please do share it with others and give a thumbs up, so that way YouTube shows my videos to others, and other people will find some peace also, hopefully, after divorce and breakup, because life is very lonely after that. So with that, my friends, comment below if it resonated with you, and I'll see you guys next week. And every day at 12 p.m. there are short videos, so come check those out, and hopefully those will give you some peace throughout the week. Take care. Bye.